Yes, friends, let's discuss one of the very important concepts and most often repeated term in company law, that is AGM and EGM. So, what is annual general meeting, the related provisions, and what is extraordinary general meeting and the related provisions? So, Section 96 of Companies Act 2013 deals with annual general meeting AGM, and Section 100 read with Rule 17 and explanation under Rule 18.3 deals with EGM, extraordinary general meeting. Section 96 1 of Companies Act states that every person except a OPC. So provision regarding OPC we'll discuss later separately. Every person except OPC shall hold an AGM every year, and the gap between two AGM shall not be more than 15 months. So the time gap between two AGMs can be maximum 15 months. The company shall specify the meeting as such, that is, in the notice sent regarding an AGM, it should be specifically stated that this meeting is annual general meeting of the company. The company shall specify the meeting as such in notice calling it. So an AGM is the general meeting which must be held by the company every year to discuss various business matters. And what is the time limit? It must be held within 6 months from end of the financial year. That's why 30th September is considered very important for a company under Companies Act 2013. Before 30th September of succeeding financial year, because the financial year of company ends by 31st March. So 30th September is the 6-month time period. So before 30th September, a company shall hold its AGM. And in case of a company holding the first AGM, a benefit has been given to the extent of extra 3 months. That is, first AGM shall be held by company within 9 months from end of the financial year. Now, the registrar may grant an extension by 3 months for holding AGM to any company for special reasons, except in case of first AGM. Except in case of first AGM, registrar can permit, if found proper, some special reason according based on which the company is unable to hold AGM within 6 months, then it may apply to registrar and get an extension by another 3 months. In AGM, ordinary business is anyway transacted, and even any special business also can be transacted. We have already understood what is special business. Any business except the 4 ordinary business, it is special business. Now, the time when AGM can be held. Every AGM shall be called during business hours, that is between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. on any day that is not a national holiday, and shall be held either at registered office of the company or at some other place within the city in which registered office of the company is situated. So during business hours, on a day that is not a national holiday, means a holiday declared by central government, on any day other than national holiday, and shall be held either at the registered office or some other place within the city in which the registered office of company is situated. AGM of an unlisted company may be held at any place in India if consent is given in writing or by electronic mode by all members in advance. So usually AGM shall be held at the registered office of company or some other place within the city in which RO is situated. But in case of an unlisted company, AGM can be held at any place in India if consent is given in advance by all members. So AGM is a meeting held or compulsorily to be held every year to discuss various business matters. Of course, ordinary business shall be compulsorily discussed in AGM. Time limit is within 6 months from end of financial year. First AGM, 9 months from end of the first financial year. In AGM, ordinary business and if any special business if any, may be transacted. It shall be called during business hours, that is between 9 a.m. and 6 p.m. on any day that is not a national holiday, and shall be held either at RO or some other place within the city in which registered office of company is situated. In case of an unlisted company, it can be held at any place other than RO also. any place in India, if consent is given in writing or by electronic mode by all members in advance. When meeting is not summoned within stipulated time, penalty is levied because it is compulsory to hold AGM and it is called for by board of directors shall call for AGM. It is their responsibility. It is company's yearly event wherein members have a chance to talk about company's performance, profitability, and day-to-day activities. So it's a get-together of the company, but a compulsory sort of get-together. In case the company does not conduct an AGM in any financial year, members have a right to approach the appropriate authority, that is National Company Law Tribunal, who in turn, which in turn gives directions for calling the AGM of the company. Listed public companies shall prepare a report in Form MGT 15 on each AGM, including the confirmation to the effect that meeting was convened, held, and conducted as per provisions of this Act and rules, and file with registrar a copy of report referred to in subsection 1 within 30 days of conclusion of AGM along with fee prescribed. So MGT 15 report is to be filed by listed public companies, confirming, that is, the verification would be there, wherein the signatory would confirm that meeting was convened and held as per provisions, and this shall be filed with registrar within 30 days of conclusion of the AGM, and 21 days clear notice is to be given to every member for carrying out the general meeting. So that's about AGM. So it's a yearly event of company. So you have to remember, it is compulsory to be conducted. If not conducted, penalty, fine may be levied on the company, 5,000 per day, 1 lakh rupee. That is the fine, penalty that can be levied on the company. So the time limit is 6 months from end of the financial year. In case of first AGM, 9 months from end of the financial year. It can be conducted at the place where registered office is situated, or in the city where registered office is situated, or in the registered office itself. It shall be called for during business hours and on a day which is not a national holiday. Ordinary business, and if required, special business can also be transacted. So board of directors are responsible for calling AGM. If company does not conduct it, the members can approach NCLT, which would give directions to ensure that AGM is held. Listed public companies shall prepare a report in Form MGT 15 and file it with ROC within 30 days from conclusion of AGM. So it's a compulsory annual meeting to be held by the company. Now, EGM means any meeting other than AGM. The board may, whenever it deems fit, call an extraordinary general meeting, provided that an EGM of company other than of wholly owned subsidiary of a company incorporated outside India shall be held at a place within India. So, if a company in India is a subsidiary, 100% holding is by a company outside India, then such companies can hold EGM outside India. So EGM shall be held at a place outside, held at a place inside India. Now, where EGM is held as per requisition received, in earlier session we had seen the provision regarding requisition is causing or requiring meeting to be held. They requesting directors. If directors are not holding, they can hold meeting themselves. So where EGM is held as per requisition received from not less than 1/10 voting power or paid up capital holders, the requisition shall set out matters for consideration of which the meeting is to be called and shall be signed by requisitionist and sent to registered office of the company. This provision we had already discussed while discussing the provision regarding or provision giving power to requisitionists to require directors to hold a meeting or to put a matter to vote. Reasonable expenses incurred by requisitionists in calling meetings shall be reimbursed to them by the company, and sum so paid shall be deducted from any fee or other remuneration payable to the directors who were in default in calling the meeting. The requisitionist should inform the directors and require them to hold a meeting. If they are not holding, then requisitionists themselves can hold meeting, but the expenses would have to be reimbursed by the company, and that the company would claim from payment to directors who are in default. So an EGM is any meeting other than AGM, that you have to always remember, in which business relating to company's management are transacted. Any meeting other than AGM. When it is not possible for company to wait for next AGM, the company's articles of association provide for holding general meeting other than AGM to transact special business items which are known as EGM. So if company has to transact certain business wherein the decision by members is required, then it cannot wait till next AGM, then it can call for an extraordinary general meeting, EGM, to transact special business items. So in an EGM, whatever discussed will be special business only, because already we have seen what is ordinary business, what is special business. The four ordinary business, they have to be discussed only in AGM. So effectively speaking, whenever something is discussed in AGM, it is special business only. And an EGM, unlike AGM, can be held on any day, including national holiday, and at any time during a day. If requisitionists are holding EGM by themselves, they should convene meeting at registered office or in the same city or town where registered office is situated, and such meeting should be convened on any day except national holiday, when requisitionists are convening meeting. Now, EGM is not mandatory, so there is no question of any penalty being prescribed as per law. EGM is conducted because the members want it. It is not something mandated by law. So there is no question of any penalty as far as not holding of EGM is concerned. So EGM can be convened by board of directors or by board on requisition of shareholders. Sufficient number of members shall requisition, that is not less than 1/10 paid up capital holders or voting power holders. Requisitionists can hold meeting themselves. So by either by BOD or by board on requisition of shareholders, or where board does not hold even after requisition, the requisitionist shall hold. Where BOD does not call for meeting within 21 days from date of receipt of valid requisition with respect to any matter, requisitionists may call for EGM within 45 days of such requisition and hold the same within 3 months from date of requisition. So requisitionists, the sufficient number of requisitionists shall request board of directors to hold meeting. Board is not taking any action. Board does not call for meeting within 21 days. Then requisitionists may call for a EGM within 45 days of requisition and hold the meeting within 3 months from date of requisition. So board on requisition of shareholders or requisitionists or tribunal on application of any member or director who possesses the right of casting vote, if in case it is not possible to convene the members meeting. So it's like a last resort. Applying to tribunal, tribunal will order and ensure holding of the meeting. So the general meeting that is held to transact matters concerning administration of company's affairs, which requires consent of members, because otherwise it can be very well decided in board of directors meeting. Anyway, BOD meetings have to be held every 3 months, at least once they have to meet. But when members' consent is required and you cannot wait for AGM, then you will call a meeting of members, which will be called EGM, extraordinary general meeting. So there is no requirement as to furnishing a report like that of MGT 15 in case of AGM. But of course, details regarding special resolution passed and all shall be filed with registrar. That will discuss separately, section 170. So this is basically EGM. Any meeting other than AGM is EGM. And this is basically called when something requiring members' permission is to be discussed and you cannot wait till next AGM. So you will call a meeting of members with proper 21 days notice, and meeting of members shall be convened. It will be called EGM. So there is no compulsion. AGM is compulsory, EGM is not compulsory. It is on account of need that the company is holding EGM. So there is no question of any penalty for not holding EGM. So EGM can be held by board of directors or board of directors by themselves or board of directors on requisition by sufficient number of requisitionists, or where even after receiving requisition board is not holding meeting, then requisitionists themselves can hold within 3 months from date of requisition, and if required, member or director possessing casting vote right can apply to tribunal for holding EGM. So this is basically the provisions regarding AGM and EGM.